Emma was only 8 years old when her parents began noticing she had developed a strange new habit. Every night, long after bedtime, they would hear her talking, giggling, and whispering as if someone else was in the room with her. At first, they thought it was just a harmless phase, an imaginary friend like many children create. But Emma's conversations sounded different, too real, too one-sided, as if she were carefully listening to replies. When asked who she was speaking to, Emma answered with calm certainty. "Her name is Clara," she said. "She's my friend. She lives here." Emma described Clara in unsettling detail. She said Clara was a little girl about her own age, with skin as pale as paper, long black hair that tangled around her face, and a white dress that looked wet and dirty, like it was left outside. Most disturbing of all were Clara's eyes. Emma said they were hollow like empty shadows, and that when Clara spoke, her lips didn't move. Her parents exchanged nervous smiles and brushed it off as imagination. But Emma grew annoyed when they called Clara pretend. "She doesn't like it when you say that," Emma warned one night, her voice oddly flat. "You'll make her angry." Strange things began to happen soon afterward. Toys in Emma's room would be rearranged in perfect circles overnight, though no one admitted to touching them. Doors creaked open by themselves even after being locked. At first, the parents blamed drafts in the old house, but the timing always felt too deliberate. One morning, Emma's mother found small handprints smudged across the bedroom mirror. They were too big to be Emma's, yet far too small for an adult. Emma stopped her from cleaning them. "Don't," she whispered. "Clara put them there. She wants me to see things." Disturbed, her parents watched as Emma's drawings changed too. She no longer drew animals or rainbows, only the figure of a girl standing behind her, always in the same white dress. In many drawings, the girl's face was covered in heavy red crayon strokes, smeared across like blood. Emma insisted that Clara was nice to her, but not to anyone else. One evening, Emma woke her mother crying. She said Clara told her she used to live in the house, and that she had died in Emma's very room. Her mother froze. Emma had no way of knowing the truth, that decades ago, a young girl had died mysteriously in that same bedroom. Emma began withdrawing from her real friends at school. When asked why, she simply said Clara told her they weren't real. Her parents grew increasingly worried. Whenever they passed her room, they would hear her whispering, then pausing as though listening to someone answer back. One night, her father walked by and heard two voices giggling, high-pitched and playful. When he opened the door, only Emma sat on the bed. The giggling didn't stop. It seemed to echo faintly from the walls even after the door was open. Terrified, he told Emma to stop talking to Clara. But Emma's expression turned dark. "You shouldn't tell me that," she warned. "Clara doesn't like being ignored." That same night, every picture frame in the house crashed to the ground at once, glass shattering in every room. Emma grew pale and distant in the weeks that followed. Her voice became quieter, and her parents noticed sometimes her lips didn't even move when she spoke. It was as if someone else was speaking through her. Emma often sat for hours in silence, staring at empty corners and nodding slowly as if she were listening. Her parents considered moving, but Emma begged them not to leave. "Clara says this is her house," she whispered. "She won't let us go." One evening, her mother entered the room to find Emma with both hands pressed firmly against the mirror, her forehead resting on the glass. Fresh handprints, too many to count, covered the surface around her. "Clara says the mirror is a door," Emma whispered without turning her head. "She says she can bring me through." Her parents dragged her away, but Emma screamed so violently the lights in the house flickered, and every door slammed shut at once. After that, Emma's laughter changed. It no longer sounded like hers. It was colder, doubled, as if two voices were laughing at once. Her parents hardly slept. Each night they heard soft footsteps running up and down the hallway, always stopping right outside Emma's room. One morning they found words carved deep into the wooden floor, "Let her stay." Emma started to call Clara her sister. She told her parents that soon Clara wouldn't need to hide anymore. The drawings now showed both girls hand in hand, their faces scratched out in black crayon. When her mother begged her to stop, Emma only smiled eerily. "You'll meet Clara soon," she said. Shadows in the corners of the house grew darker, lingering even when lights were on. The air felt heavy and cold. Emma's father swore he saw a figure standing at the end of the hallway one night, long hair, white dress, before it slipped silently out of view. The family tried to bless the house, bringing in a priest, but Emma screamed until her throat bled, demanding they send him away. That night, their bedroom doors rattled violently for hours as if someone was trying to break them down. Emma no longer spoke like herself. Her voice was low, hollow, and sometimes two tones overlapped. She began drawing mirrors filled with black shadows, and always two sets of footprints leading away. One morning her parents entered her room to find it completely silent. The bed was cold, the window wide open, and the floor covered in dust. Two sets of footprints led from the bed to the window, one larger, one smaller, vanishing outside. Emma was gone, and so was Clara.